Hey guys, greetings. Hope you're doing well and good. All right, for today's content, I just want to share you what has come up with recent discussion in our group, and it's about a virtual kitchen. So I have posted if there would be anybody who would like to, learn more about virtual kitchen and stuff. And then I found out that not many people do know what is virtual kitchen, ghost kitchen, or a cloud kitchen. So I end up explaining about what it is. So it's good to know that people do not know, and it's good to know that there are people who would like to learn about those things. So it's very positive sign. But here's one of the questions that I have come across, and I want to share with you guys. So the questions is from Richard. It says, what would be the initial investment, business strategy, etc. Right? So here's the kind of a group discussions that we had it, and that's one of the portions that I want to share with you guys. And so I have mentioned usually it should not take more than 5 to 10,000, right? So let's say you have a basic experience in the food industry and you are working as an employee or as a manager, basically, right? But you do not have the established business or anything yet. So now one of the things is that people will be thinking about, people ask like, yeah, isn't that too expensive? Well, in compared to a restaurant, even though it's a takeout restaurants or dine-in restaurants, the comparison is about like a 1/10 of the actual capital investment requirement. So what I'm trying to say is, like, for example, if it's about like a 300 to 200,000 that you would need to establish for a restaurant, this is about like a 1/10 of those, so which is about like close to 30 to 35,000. So if you have to start your business with some let's say for 50,000, you just have to look around like at 10% of those, which is going to be 5,000. So which basically means that you can start your business with 5 to 10,000. But it depends on what kind of business that you want to actually start as a virtual kitchen operator or a ghost kitchen operator or the cloud kitchen operator, right? So the question when I explained to Richard that the max would be in between like 5 to 10,000. And also I will be able to provide a credit line with some of the inventory partners that I have a contract with. So here's another person, his name is Jose, right? Jose has informed, state that one can start from 1,000 if they have, if they already have inventory for a month, can they start it? Yes, of course they do. So here's my answer for that, because 1,000 with a 1,000 you will practically, it's not possible unless you want to you already have a restaurant business, right? Because what I'm trying to cover here with the 5 to 10,000 is, first thing is that you need some sort of little documentations, the basic requirements, the legal basic requirements. So that'll be a business license, a business certifications, and your real estate location, rental, utilities, all those setups is going to be there. And so you will also need a food service license, and then at the end you also need a food handler permits, which is going to be your serve safe. That's what it is used in the United States. And also you have to create some sorts of a legal entity forms of your business. So all this is going to cost you about like a roughly 1,500, right? 1,000 to 500. If you do it yourself, probably it's going to be less than $1,000. But if you're going to hire an accountant or a lawyer, probably the amount will just charge for fees and all those things. So it might will just come up to 1,000 to 1,500 for just to set up the legal entities, right? And then also you have to figure it out the location. So if there is a kitchen that's already established, so let's say I have did a research and I found that a lot of kitchens do not want to share. First of all, the second thing is that if you'd like to negotiate with the real estate owners to convert those retail space, you will need a lot of things to get it done there. For example, you would need a freezers and a cooler, and also you have to set up the 3 sink compartment, hand wash compartment, and all those things. So this is something that you really have to set it up. But if you partners with someone else, then probably the overhead cost is going to be lesser than what you expect, right? So some people talk to me about, like, how about the commissary? Commissary is really good, but then you also want to know, like, how much are you going to be able to work on that commissary location, because commissary is really good to start with, to experiment if your product or a brand is really worth it or not, right? So for my advice and my suggestions is go ahead with the commissary if you have no experience in this food industry and you want to build a brand. But at the same time, if you are already in the food industry but you want to start new, it's better to have one specific locations and run it there for a longer time, right? So getting back to 5,000 to 10,000 is to set up first your legal entities and then all this legal documents, and then the second would be your location. You gotta pay for the rent, advance deposits, and all those. And then the third thing comes with your because let's assume that you do not have to hire because you can do everything by yourself. So the third thing is going to be your inventory. So you need to have at least let's say if you're expecting about 4,000 sales a week, right? Then probably you might want to have at least 30% of your inventory. So let's say if you have to have, for example, 5,000 a week sales, so in a month you are expecting about 20,000. So your inventory cost is going to be somewhere between 20 to 30%. So let's say if your total expected revenue is going to be 20,000, so you gotta take it out 2, 3, 6, so 6,000 to 5,000 is going to be your 5 to 6,000 is going to be your inventory cost. So if you're expecting about close to like 3 to 4,000 a week, you just have to estimate it and calculate 1 week sales into 4, which is going to be your monthly revenue, and then also calculate the 20% to 35% of those, because that's going to be your inventory cost. So considering the inventory cost, the real estate location, and also the legal entities formations, that's going to cost you a bit, right? Because you're going to be starting up, but it's not going to be every month. It's going to be this amount that I have mentioned. It's going to be for the initial startup cost, but later on you just have to have pay for your rental, the utilities, and the inventory cost. So that's what I have explained. And so here's one of the things that people try to cut corners, and here's one of the things that you'll have a big problem if you try to cut corners. For example, if you do not set up your legal entities and you're trying to sell foods and all, because first of all, you're not authorized to sell food without the permit and inspected by the Department of Agriculture and Health Department, right? So they need to come and inspect your location. So if you are trying to do a business without doing all those, so in case something happen, people can sue you for that, and you can go to jail as well. So it's kind of a very big risk to take it, and no one should do it. I will never suggest anyone to take a shortcut in this food business, especially because you are trying to feed someone else. So the person who you're trying to feed probably may want to just have food, but at the end you don't want to treat or misbehave with them, because in this food industry, as far as I have been into serving industry, I always want to make sure that all my customers are my brothers, my sisters, and my loved one, and I want to have them the best and the safest food that I want to serve for them, because I want them to be happy, healthy with the food that I serve. So I have that intention, and I never had any problem in my past until today. God bless, everything is so far so good for me. So I expect you to do the same thing, not to shortcut, take corners, and make them make money out of it, because that's not gonna be a long run road. But then if you want to strategize for a long term, that it is best to serve a quality food. So yes, back to the question again, why is it too much or too less, or is it okay? So I would say if you want to start a virtual kitchen, or a ghost kitchen, or a cloud kitchens, or a dark kitchens they even call it. So if you want to start all those things, look at for places where you can start the business. And if you want to start with commissary, that's good, but you, as I said, like, you have to have a legal entity. Without that, you can face a lot of legal problems. So just to avoid that, right? So that is my kind of discussions with the group today. And so I wish you guys a good luck. And if you have any questions on and if you want to discuss on this marketing channel, or anything related to ghost kitchen, cloud kitchen, please feel free to share your comments in the comment sections. And as I have mentioned earlier, I'm going to be launching a virtual kitchen program training course for you guys, and I will make sure that it's going to be very cheap, but then at the same time I would like you to subscribe to this kind of a video, and then we can get update more on our channel as well, which is in our Instagram with a virtual kitchen resource, and also join a group on a Facebook which is a virtual kitchen resource, right? So with that, I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a good day.